Today we're going to be organizing the nursery closet, or reorganizing it. I've kind of kept it the same for my two boys. Now we are expecting a baby girl in like a month and a half, so I feel like it's time to get things moving a little bit. I still have not redone the nursery. That's a project that I think I'm going to start in like a couple of weeks when my parents come in town to help me. So I will try and film that and show that as well. But I pulled out some bins of the boys' old clothes. I'm going to figure out what's gender neutral and get a load of laundry started, because even though it's like in these tubs, everything needs like a little bit of a refresh in the laundry. It's a little stale in here. I have some new baby girl clothing as well that I have bought that we'll put in the closet itself. We're going to redo all of the shelves and the bins and the labels and all the things. So let's get going and see what we have. I started sorting the bins. You'll see I found a onesie that said Henry on it, and that's not something that I can pass down even if we have another boy, so I put that in a separate pile. But basically what I'm trying to do is put things in a pile that I feel like are really boyish and put those aside, and then put things that I know are for sure gender neutral in one pile, and then kind of stuff that's like in the middle in another. And I'm also trying to do like a little bit of decluttering while I'm doing this, but I know that a girl could obviously wear any of this, but I am excited to have a little girl and get some pink things and dress her up all girly. So I am going to make these different piles, and I think a lot of things also that are gender neutral or even like boy leaning, I can add like a little bow in her hair and make it seem girly. So I still feel like I have a lot that I can reuse. I had to share that in going through all of those bins, I also decided to use it as a time to get rid of some stuff that even if we have another boy in the future, I am just kind of done with. They're either things that I don't like and I have accumulated a lot more and just don't need that much stuff, so I can kind of thin the herd at this point. Or, I don't know, it's stuff that like has buttons and I hated using buttons in the newborn phase, or like this little onesie, I don't dislike it. It's just a fleece material, and the fleece makes me so nervous with little babies because I know heat and stuff is just something to think about. And every time a baby would spit up on this fleece, it was absolutely disgusting. I'd rather just use layers and stuff. So I'm getting rid of some of those things, and gonna probably make a pile of what stuff I'm just gonna donate, what stuff I might like throw away because it's actually gross. Tried not to save stuff that was stained. I would never put stuff like that into the bins for storage, but I don't know, sometimes things slip through the cracks. I actually found this onesie that says Henry on it that I made. Why I would have saved that, I have no idea. Maybe it was like folded and I just thought it was a white onesie, but we're not gonna have another baby Henry wear this. So I don't need that, but I'm going to try and make a pile of clothing that is still really nice, in really great quality. There's things that we got as gifts that I just never really used, even through two boys. So those things would be really nice to give to other people, but kind of cool that I also did a little bit of decluttering and wasn't really expecting that.
Okay, now we're in the main area of the day, the closet. First, I'm pulling out all of the large diapers from Henry because there's still a few left in there, and I'm opening up a box of newborn diapers, getting those put in my backstock bin, which I have some extra wipes in and diapers in, just kind of switching things out so this is actually ready for baby girl, and trying to fully transition Henry out of here. Then I am also going to just kind of scoot things aside. I have wallpaper ready for the walls and some curtains when my parents come, but I'm trying to just clean things out. I don't have a mobile like I used to have for the boys, so I don't know if I'm gonna need one or want one. So I'm just putting that little hanger aside and trying to clean out the closet and organize it as much as possible. You'll see I still have all of Henry's next size of clothing up top, so I'm going to try and transition that stuff, but the boys' closet was great when there was one kid in there. It's a little bit tight when there's two, and we have all of these hand-me-down outfits and clothing hanging, so I got to figure out if I'm able to move all of that stuff or not.
So now what I'm gonna do is take all of the old labels off of these. A lot of them are still gonna be the same wording, but I do wanna change the colors. I made them green for this safari nursery that I did for the boys, but I'm probably gonna change it to match that wallpaper that I have, which there's tons of colors, but maybe I'll do like a pink and a purple or something and mix it up with the font because that's just kind of fun to do. I loved how I did these ones with 2 different fonts, so I think I'll probably do the same thing, do 2 different fonts, but different from the previous fonts I used. And these are actually not that hard to get off. You could use your fingernail if you want to, but I'm just using a little razor blade to get them up. And then some of them will be empty to start with. Like there's a bin, let's see, this one that's too small. I love using that before I transfer things to those clear plastic totes. And that will obviously be empty because nothing's going to be too small yet because she's not even here yet. So we will hold off on filling that one up. And then you saw we just filled up this backstock one, which is diapers for now. I need to go through the accessories. I've actually pulled out a lot of the accessories that I have, so I think I'm gonna actually fill that up. I have cute little hats from the boys. These are from Old Navy. This is from that brand Spearmint Love. They have a really great online store. My mom got this cute little polo hat. This I think is for when she's bigger. Let's see, yeah, 12 to 24 months. So we have some time before that. I can actually cut the tags off. And then I got a couple of hand-me-down hats, some hand-me-down booties. I might put those with the shoes. And then I love this bin. This one I called Stuff for Mommy. And it's like sound machines, extra parts of the baby monitor, a night light, a little mat that I can take places if I want to. And then I think I'll have a bin of like some little baby toys and stuff, especially as they start getting a little bit older. It's nice to have that in their room. We don't really keep toys in the kids' room, but it is nice to have a little something if you're changing your diaper or they're crawling around here, or even when they're not mobile yet and you're maybe folding laundry or something, and give them something to hold on to and to play with. So I'm going to keep taking these labels off, and we will get the stuff set up in the closet, and then we'll go make some new labels and put the finishing touches on everything.
For making labels, I got out the colored vinyl and was just trying to match it to the wallpaper, and I ended up doing a pink and purple combination. So part of the lettering is going to be in pink, the other part's going to be in purple, and just got that cutting out on my Cricut machine. I use my Cricut like on and off. It's just so funny that I use it sometimes all the time and using it like multiple times a day, and then there'll be a couple weeks where I don't use it at all, but it's so handy to have, and I loved it for all the crafting and organizing projects. And you'll see Jim's actually outside getting some work done out there too while I get these labels created. Here's kind of the final look of the block and cursive together with the pink and purple, and I think it turned out so cute. I just finished those up, and then we went back into the closet so I could start putting the bins away and then putting all of the labels on. Okay, this is something that I discovered, I don't remember how long ago, but it's a monitor stand. It came in a pack of 2 from Amazon, and I have one in this closet and one in the boys' closet, and it's so perfect for little baby and toddler shoes, honestly, just to have like a little bit of a shoe rack. So I used that again, updated some of the shoes that we already have for baby girl, and the closet was starting to come together.
I just grabbed everything out of the laundry that I washed, some new stuff, some stuff from the boys. So I'm gonna make piles of what goes in the dresser versus what I am going to hang. I always kind of err on the side of hanging if it's kind of like a borderline outfit, but typically zipped sleepers, those types of things, little onesies will go in the dresser, and a lot of other outfits will go hanging in the closet.
So that really didn't take that long to sort through. Of course, I am zooming through at hyper speed right now, sorting through everything, but I got it all sorted through, got my pile to hang in the closet, and started hanging that stuff. I love hanging stuff a lot more than folding, and it seems like with girl outfits, there's maybe more that ends up being hanging than there was with boy outfits. But we have lots of closet space for just one baby in here, so it's totally fine. And like you saw, and I said earlier, Henry's stuff is still in here, and we already have a lot of girl clothing and some of this gender neutral stuff that I'm passing down. That all fits in here totally fine. Now back to the pile of stuff that goes in the dresser. I am going to take a second to fold all of that up. Then we're going to pop back in the closet, do some final touches, and I am going to show you the final after of what the closet looks like. Okay, so here is the final after of the closet. I love how it turned out. I think there's still some like little final details and stuff that I want to do, but we got so much done today. I want to thank you for joining me. Make sure to stay tuned for more nursery organization videos and a reveal, but until next time, I will see you all later.